Well, the first question is, what is wild camping? Pretty much. Wild camping is the practice of going out into an area of the countryside, in my case, pretty much preferably woodland, and camping. Away from a campsite, away from the normal facilities you might expect from a campsite or anywhere where you're camping at a farm. You've got, nothing supplied to you, there's no water, there's no food easily gettable, largely, and no toilets. So you've got to handle everything for yourself, and everything you take with you is everything that you actually get to use when you're there. So, wild camping. It's a hobby. Every section of Rangers Back of Beyond was actually shot while we were wild camping, so if you're in any wonder or any doubt as to whether we actually camped or I actually camped when I shot footage of this, it's all shot on location while we're wild camping. There's no or very few shots that are shot. There's possibly going to be some bits that we need to shoot before the series goes out that just need some sort of woodland backdrop, but the vast majority of it, 99% of it, will be shot. Well, this is the fire I'll be cooking my breakfast on. So this is my camp. This is where I slept last night, and in the background you can hear all the very excitable crows and stuff that nest in the rocks near me, just over there. And during the night I was woken up a couple of times by owls hunting, so be prepared for that. Hammocks look pretty flimsy, but all you have to do is sit in the top third, with the shorter third being where your head's going to go. Make sure the hammock will take the weight, spread out as much of it behind you as you can get to, and then just bring your legs up and just settle into the hammock. It's a very comfortable way to sit around in the camp, a very comfortable way to sleep. The only thing that hammock doesn't do particularly is keep your back warm, so you either got to have a very good fluffy sleeping bag or some kind of support under your back to keep your back away from the hammock outside, which will get very cold. And you have a fantastic view to wake up to in the morning. Now there's one thing you're only ever going to forget once, and that's toilet tissue. I know it sounds silly, but you generally forget something, when you go wild camping for the first time, and the one thing you absolutely cannot replace if you're on your own is toilet tissue. Now I don't actually recommend people take loo roll with them, because of one salient fact: the moment it gets wet, it becomes useless. And you've always got a bank, especially if you're in England, on things getting wet. So what I take is little packets of tissues like this. They're about 10p each. Take 2 or 3 packets with you and keep a packet of this on you all the time, because you never know when you're going to get caught short or you're going to need it. Now its intended purpose is to wipe your nose with, but it comes in a plastic sealed package, which is really, really useful. And like I say, you'll only ever forget this the once. So if you're going to forget anything else, forget anything, forget a knife, forget the axe, forget all sorts of things, but you'll be grateful that you took 30 seconds out of your day to remember some loo roll. And this does the job. If you are going to go in the woods, try and dig yourself a small hole, do your business in it, and obviously wipe up with the loo roll, and then burn the loo roll is the best way I've come up with of getting rid of it. Much nicer than trying to carry it out and take it with you. If you burn it, it's gone. And then fill in your hole and go on your way. So don't forget.
Well, this is the Webtex All Arms Bergen. It's a 70-litre rucksack. It's the pack I use to bring everything into the woods. It's got an aluminium frame in the back and is fully waterproof. I'm going to just take a look inside. And inside it's just one large compartment, but it is, if you look at the lining, all waterproof. Holds about 70 litres, and it will integrate with most other Webtex kit, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. It's got one back sleeve compartment that you can put flat objects in, and I normally use this for my knife and my axe. I usually carry a baking tray now, and my seating pad all go in this back compartment so I can get to them quickly. It's got a limited amount of pals or molly webbing down the side, down each side, and if you can just see this, it's got zips for you to be able to mount rocket pouches, which are the side pouches you find on some of the larger Bergens. So if you have any rocket pouches, or you can get hold of them, you can increase the capacity of the pack. If you don't want to increase the capacity of the pack and you only want to carry a limited amount of gear, you can actually zip these two zips together, which gives you a much tighter configuration. It's got handles on the top, and it's got clips for equipment to go on the top and the straps on the underside. It's got a pretty good belt, and one of the outstanding features of this pack is on the back. Notice I've got a carabiner and another D-ring clip there, and this top part can be undone and rolled down to cover the straps in transit, or if you stop for the night and you want to keep everything dry. All in all, a really good pack, and depending on how lucky you are, you can get these from between £5 and £25 on eBay. Brilliant packs, and pretty expandable. Well, this is the All Arms Bergen fully loaded with all my kit. I'll probably live for about 3 days out of this, with a Camelback 3-litre water carrier clipped to one side, thanks to the Webtex design of both the Camelback and the pack, and on the other side a rocket pouch, which is from another PLCE Bergen, which clips very nicely to the other side, giving me another 10-15 litres of storage space. And on the top is my German Flecktarn Gore-Tex jacket that cost me about 15 quid. So I'm ready for anything. One of the most useful things that you can take with you is the humble cigarette lighter. I favour the electronic ignition ones and I usually take 2 or 3 with me just in case I run out of gas on any of them. They're the most useful thing you can take for starting a fire. You can learn all the exciting ways of lighting a fire, but this one is the most straightforward and interesting, and that's what we're after. We're after lighting a campfire first time, every time, while you're learning about all the other methods to light fire.